Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is day 2006 and it's not really daily anymore, but we're back. It is in the evening time. I'm waiting for Laura to come home. She hasn't left work yet. She doesn't think she's going to leave for a while either. So there goes, wait, hang on, here's the gym. Bam, we're not going there today. Arguably I could go, but then we've got dinner together. Like, it's not, we're having fajitas. Well, arguably I could kind of do fajitas for one, but it would be weird. Because of like, we're already doing half of fajitas, so I'd have to do a quarter of the fajitas for myself. It's not worth it. So either way, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? I have just edited my previous video, so my previous like daily vlog set of 3, and they are now on YouTube. They're just going up now. Let me know what you think about it. I didn't particularly like them. I watched them all through, and it's basically just a really long daily vlog that's set over 3 days. And I need to figure out a system so that that doesn't happen. Less rambling, more quick-fire shizness. What's going on? Today I was carrying on working on my thing. I've refactored this soap service stuff. I did an integration test, and for a second I couldn't actually interact with it, and then it turned out I was using the wrong name, my namespace thing, so that was fine. And then I was diving through making the objects that my like service is going to be returning back to the main system. That has now been designed, and I'm just going through the process of making it. I'm trying to make the objects immutable, because you shouldn't need to mute them. So I'm going through doing that, and it's just a bit big and a bit tedious at this point, because I'm basically like making DTOs and testing how they're built, and then I've also then got to build them from the results. So I'm just like doing just the DTOs, and then I've got to get the result from the service, turn them into the DTOs, then I've got to push them over the border, and then I've got to convert them from that into whatever it is the main system actually uses, because I can't see the main system from my service for obvious reasons. That's what's going on there, and otherwise I am going through the process of adding a testing the mutations that I'm able to create using my project. I have like split it all off, so basically I've got my controllers, but then they just hand it over to this helper which tests that one individual mutation, and I've realised that I did it the first time and did it the second time as well, fucked up the names. Now I'm trying to put the results into a big results DTO. Fucking love me some DTOs, boys. The names don't make sense because I've got like mutations are turning into mutants, and then so it's just a mess. So I've got to like sit and architect it and make it all nice and pretty. I've done a little bit of that well at lunchtime, and a little bit this evening, but obviously I've been doing my video and stuff. But it looks like I've got a semi-decent amount of time to play with, because Laura's not going to be back. So bring my laptop in here and do some work. I figured it out. Next on my to-do list, annoyingly, is DTO Central. I've got to rename a couple of things just to make it a little bit more clear. And then I'm just creating all of my results objects. So that's fun. Although they aren't just DTOs, there's a little bit of complexity in them, because some of them have like, some of them are summaries of others and all this kind of good, some fun. Bae is also on her way home. She's on the bus. She's had some like bundles and stuff to do today. Otherwise, I am programming until, I think basically when she comes home tonight. Oh, I could either, Laura's not here tomorrow after work. I don't know what I'm going to do about programming tonight. Question time's on tonight, and I like watching Question Time. But Laura's giving me grief because I'm staying up too late. So she feels like she always has to go to bed on her own, and she doesn't like it because it's cold. So I might have to try and do something about that. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll go to bed. This is a weird video, and tomorrow's going to be a weird video as well. Laura came home, we had dinner, all was good. Watched TV, I did a little bit of programming while I was watching Question Time. Laura fell asleep, and she's been having trouble sleeping recently because she's had like pains in her legs and stuff. And I just let her sleep for a little bit because when I went to bed yesterday, she like woke up and then was like in pain and stuff, and I had to take painkillers and stuff before she could go back to sleep and stuff. I woke her up after Question Time, and like, well no, she was waking up towards the end of Question Time and like had really bad leg pain still. So we've just come back from, we rung like 111, which is the non-emergency telephone thing, and we like talked to a person there. Then they referred us to the night doctors thing, night surgery thing. They rung us back about an hour or so later, and then they booked us in for an appointment at 1:30 at the hospital just up the road. So Laura's had a look in. They've like done some stuff now to make sure she's okay, and then otherwise it's like, we're not sure, but if you're wrong, you'd rather be wrong this way than wrong that way. So tomorrow I've got to take Laura to the hospital for another appointment in the morning. So we're about to go to bed now, it's about 2:30. So I'm going to ring up work tomorrow and just say that I need to take Laura to the hospital. I don't know, don't care. Knock me off as ill, knock me off as on holiday, I don't mind. But I'm taking Laura to the hospital. Depending on when it finishes, I can come after, I can drop her off, depending on like what happens when we're there. I can drop her off and go and work thingy, but just to let you know, I'm not going to be there till like gone 1. So yeah, so there's that. That's what's going on tomorrow. Complete shift, complete change of plan. But yeah, we just got to make sure everything's sorted. Got to nip this stuff in the bud, you know. Don't let it like build up. And it's been building up for the past couple of days, so I've finally pushed her into getting it sorted. So, right, cool. We're going to bed. I'm going to get up later, bring up work tomorrow. Oh dear. What an interesting evening. But yeah, like, obviously, there isn't, like, you're going to find out in the rest of this video. We just don't know yet, so. Time jump, ladies and gentlemen, to the next day. 24, well, not 24 hours later, technically it's the same day, but it's 10 o'clock, about to head off to bed. We've had a really long day today. So we woke up about 8ish, 8:30ish. I rung through to work and told them that I'd have to take Laura to the hospital and stuff. Her like leg pain has been like really painful today, and it's finding it difficult to walk and stuff, so stepping up there. I was like, I don't know the procedure, I don't know whether you could put me down as I'm sick, put me down as holiday, I don't care, I'm not coming in. I said I might be able to come in the afternoon. That was wrong. So anyway, got to the hospital for about 10:30, we were there until about 4:30ish, and we were just going through all of the general stuff. And like having like different checkups, like blood tests and all this kind of stuff. Everything's fine. Everything's all fine, all good in the hood. That's what's going down. Did well to go there because now we know what the problem is and we've got medicine to fix it. It would have fixed itself in the end, but now we know that like it's okay to take painkillers. It's okay, like these tablets will make it go away faster. It's like a minor blood clot in the bottom in her calf. So it's not like in a serious place. It's not serious. Touch wood, obviously. Yeah, so we went through the system, had all these checks, talking to the doctors, had like an ultrasound when the blood test came back as a fail or a pass or whatever it was, and then they discovered there was like a small blockage in one of the arteries. So it's a case of, is it called an artery? It's probably not called an artery, it's a vein. I don't fucking know. So it's a case of take some tablets that can help, like, in theory, like flush it out. Kind of suck it up for a little bit. It could get worse, as in it could get more painful. It could like start swelling up more. But as long as you don't get like short of breath, it's fine. It's expected. So yeah, Laura's on like a long course of medication, and has another checkup due in a couple of weeks' time. I've got to book it in at the GP to check because they know what it is. They just don't know what caused it, so they're going to have a look at something in a couple of weeks' time. It's not urgent or anything, so good stuff. It's just alarming because, well, it's not alarming. It's really random because obviously, like, Laura's got like next to no risk factors, so it's like really unlikely that it was happening. So it's like, but why? So they're just gonna like check one thing. And so anyway, that was that. We were in the hospital all day. I took my laptop to try and kill some time, but then just felt awkward. Just being like, oh, sorry guys, just gonna do some work. But yeah, so we didn't leave until about 4:30. We then went up to the doctor's to go and get to the pharmacy to go and get tablets and stuff, and then came back here and kind of just chilled. It felt like a really long day, specifically because we went to bed so late last night and got up after such a short period of time and then spend all day, and it feels like while you're there it feels like it's a relatively short thing, and then when you leave you're like what we went through there is actually quite a lot. So we're both exhausted, we're both going to go to bed and sleep tight. But yeah, so we've had a nice evening of just watching TV, half falling asleep, playing a couple of Xbox games. We got a takeaway because we weren't cooking, so we got an Indian, although we won't go back to that Indian because it wasn't very spicy at all, and the naan breads were a bit crap, but otherwise it was very good. We had Indian because I was going to have Indian tonight, so I was supposed to, obviously on top of going to work, was going to a meal today, to go for like a networking meal thing, but obviously not. So I had a meal just for me, which was why we were like, let's just get a takeaway, because A, we haven't planned a 2-person meal, and B, fucking cooking, bruh. Yeah, all's good. We're gonna try, we basically take the medication, keep active, like get blood flowing, try not to do anything like strenuous, but keep active and like stuff. So we're gonna try and go to the gym and do things like that. Basically just don't like lift weights with your legs, but walk and stuff like that is good for it. Oh good, ladies and gentlemen, scare over. Stressful day, but it's gone. Now we're gonna have a fun weekend, and we are feeling much better. We're feeling much better today. We slept like absolute logs last night. I think like we weren't really aware of like the amount of stress we were under when we were sorting out all the stuff we were sorting out past 2 days. And when we went to bed, it was like it was all gone, and then you know when you wake up and you feel like your eyes have been like this all night, scrunched up, and you feel like you've never slept so deep in your goddamn life. That's what it felt like. It was pretty grand. Today we were trying to get back to normal as much as possible, on doctor's orders. So we spent the daytime. So Laura went to go get a haircut, and then we walked down to town to go shopping. I've been looking to refresh some of my wardrobe, so I purchased a new polo shirt. So pretty grand. I wanted to buy a couple more things, but I couldn't find them. And Laura also bought me a suitcase for my birthday, because I've been looking for a small suitcase thing. Otherwise, we went to go and have lunch at this like Itsu place, it's called. Never been there before. It was delicious. It was really good. I would recommend. And then I didn't think we bought anything else. No, I didn't. No, that was it. That was all we bought. I went into the first shop, bought that, and I was like, that's it. I've broken the seal. I'm going to buy loads now. That's normally what it takes, doesn't it? You have to buy one thing and then you snowball. Otherwise you don't find anything you like. But I didn't find anything else. Mainly because I want to buy more normal t-shirts, but they're all round neck and they have to be V-neck. And then polo shirts are a bit more pricey. And the ones I see, I'm like, oh, I'll buy that. I almost saw a coat that I liked though, but it wasn't quite. It was very expensive, and it wasn't perfect enough for how expensive it was. So anyway, after that we then came home. Came home and then just chilled out for the afternoon. Laura did some pottering, I did some pottering, and bit of programming and all that kind of good stuff. I'm kind of building up. I want to charge my mouse. I'm building up all of the DTOs that are going to store the results from the process. So that is what's going on at this precise moment in time, and I'm just like pottering along doing that. It's kind of like tedious work, but it needs doing. Which making everything like proper, so it can never be invalid, and it's always all this kind of good stuff. It's all nice and fun. Otherwise, we were doing that. What else did we do? We just kind of just chilled and potted out this afternoon. Laura had a nap and stuff. And then we had dinner, which was cheese and potato pie, which is delicious. I played a little bit of Xbox while Laura finished reading a book, and then we watched an episode of The Crown before now heading off to bed. Laura's fallen asleep on the tea, so I'm going to go and wake her up and take her to bed. Tomorrow, Sunday fun day, a couple of chores to do, without much exciting. So I think I'll finish this vlog tomorrow, and starting Monday we have exciting stuff going on again. Very exciting. So I'll catch you later. Slip back into daily vlog mode there. I won't be catching you later because tomorrow's day starts now. It's a very rainy Sunday, but me and Laura are in disagreements about whether or not this is a herring. I said I would catch it on... I can't zoom in. No, I can. There we go. Change mode. It's either a babby herring, or a big duck that sits weird. But I think that's a herring. I think that's not very duck-like, you know? I just think it's a babby. I think it's a babby herring. The problem is it's the wrong colour. That's what makes us down. There we go, guys. That one is definitely a heron. We've nailed it. It's grown up quick. Do you like heron news, ladies and gentlemen? It's the end of the day. It's the end of Sunday. We've been struggling with the vlogs these 4 days, but we're going to pick it back up again the next video you see. What's gone on today? Today we woke up and had like a normal day of bacon sandwiches and Andrew Marr, and then got ready very, very slowly and headed off to a shop, because we're to a bike shop, because we are looking into purchasing some bikes. Laura wants to cycle to work. I am interested in cycling to work as well, although I have a lot further to go. So we've been looking into it, we've been pricing it up because we obviously both have a cycle to work scheme. So we've been like figuring out exactly how much money we have to get, because you have to like price it up first, get a voucher, which is a fixed voucher, and then you can go in and then you basically get like tax off of everything. So I think it works out something like if you buy £1,000 worth of bike, it costs you £1,000 worth of equipment for bikes. It costs you £600, and you pay that £600 like out of your salary instead of upfront. So yeah, we've been looking into doing that. It looks feasible. It looks very feasible indeed. We've also just got to investigate locking it up at our respective works and also here too. So then we then came back home, did a bit of session of programming before we headed off to the gym. Today at the gym I was focusing on the cardio, mainly because it's kind of torn, because Saturday at the weekend it's quieter than it is in the evening, so things like the weights and stuff are more free, but it's also after eating you don't necessarily want to do lots of cardio in the in the week. So I spent about 35 minutes on a treadmill. Well, no, about 35 minutes on a treadmill. Did 5-minute warm up, and then 25 minutes of running. And in that 25 minutes, I did 5 kilometers. Although I did the first 20 kilometers at 30 kilometers an hour, I then dropped down to 7 kilometers an hour for the next 0.3 of a kilometre, because I'm like, I can't do it anymore. And then I looked at it and then I calculated how fast I had to run to still hit the 5. And then I ran the last something like 3 minutes at 16 kilometres an hour, which was fast and hard, but I did it, so that's good. And then we had the warm down, the cool down each side of it probably equated to another like kilometre and a bit as well, but it's like not added on to the middle total because of the setting it was on. So yeah, so ran a good at least 6 kilometres, which is pretty good in my book, especially considering that we haven't been there in a while. Otherwise, what did we do? We came back home, we had some dinner, which has some lovely, lovely, delicious lamb chops. We don't have lamb very often, and I love it. Specifically because you can have mint sauce with it. Mint sauce, to me, is one of the best things ever invented. Then we had an evening of doing a little bit of programming, ironing. Oh, obviously we cleaned Graham out and stuff today, obviously. I had Graham out, and then we watched TV and stuff. And we're now heading to bed because it's just gone the news. And it's time to roll. Quick synopsis of the amount of work that I've managed to get done this week, considering it's been my first week of not doing daily vlogs. It's been quite good, considering that we kind of like tailed off at the end of the week. We were on track for like an absolute record week. I did about 15 hours and 44 minutes, about. We're on track for an absolute record week, because Friday, Laura was going to be out doing work stuff up until till like really late at night, so I'd have like a good like 3-hour chunk there, and I would have fucking owned it. But obviously, turn of events on Friday. So, yeah, but that's pretty good. Next week, we'll probably, I think we can more or less consistently hit 16 hours now, which is more than enough. So, yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to render this video tomorrow and get it uploaded. and then we will start the next weekly video tomorrow. I have a feeling this week is going to be pretty good. We're going to do some pretty good stuff, which I'm going to have to tell you about. And yeah, so look forward to that. Proper cliffhanger as well, because it's going to take you a while to find out, as opposed to my other daily vlogs where I'd be like, oh, guess what's happening tomorrow? But now, like, legitimately, guess what's happening tomorrow? And then you're not going to find out for 5 days. It's not even tomorrow. It's like in 3 days. Who knows? When is it? It's going to be before the next video gets uploaded. That's all I know. But I don't actually know which day. Because it's a surprise. Well, it's not a surprise. Also, next weekend is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun week, all in all. I've been surprised how close, how all of a sudden my birthday has creeped up on me. So, I'll catch you later.